We're looking at 13 and 14. What we're doing for 13 and 14 is we're trying to find these unknown angles. The way we can do that is through sine, cosine, and tangent. Sine of an angle is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Or we have the tangent of an angle is equal to the opposite over adjacent. So we have to figure out what we're using. Right here we have a hypotenuse, we have an adjacent, so we're using cosine. So the way we're going to do that is use cosine to figure out what is that degrees. So we have the cosine of the question mark, we don't know, which we're trying to find, is equal to 16 over 20. We could simplify that, but there's no point since we're using a calculator for everything. So from here we have to isolate this question mark. The inverse of cosine is arc cosine. So it would look like this. Arc cosine multiplied by cosine of the question mark is equal to arc cosine 16 over 20. Right here these would cancel out. So you're at question mark is equal to arc cosine of 16 over 20. So we're solving that unknown degree to the nearest degree. So all you would do is 16 divided by 20.8 second cosine. You would get 36.8, which would round up to 37 degrees. Number 14, it's the same exact idea, so let's make sure we have everything in stock. Oops, there's a right angle there. So, for this one we have a right angle, so a hypotenuse, and that means we have an adjacent as well. So that means we're using cosine again. So we're using the cosine of an unknown angle is equal to 30 over 16. So just like the other part, or 13, we want to solve for this unknown angle, question mark. So to do that, definitely drew that wrong. You know how I know I didn't draw that right? Look at that. So let's just swap the values. I know for a fact I just messed that up. 30 over 16. It's okay to make a mistake. 16 over 30 because we can't have a bigger side than the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always the biggest side. So here, now that we have that fixed, let's go from there. So the cosine of an unknown angle, we have to get rid of cosine to the other side. The inverse of that would be the cosine of -1 multiplied by the cosine of the unknown angle is equal to 16 over 30 times the cosine of -1. Those would cancel. So we're left with that unknown angle is equal to the cosine of -1 multiplied by 16 over 30. So here, your calculator do the rest of the work. Yeah, I'll show. So all you have to do is 16 divided by 30 equals second cosine, and we would get about 58 degrees. So this would be equal to 58 degrees. Alright, other than that mistake, that's how you do 13 and 14.